What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Nikolai Espresso, and welcome back to another Infinite Warfare video here today on the channel. Today, we're going to take a look at something you might not have noticed or known about in Infinite Warfare, more specifically with the intervention. Now, this one, I know this is the third intervention video we've done in a little bit, but I want to get this out here because I think it's something very cool here that I found out and honestly didn't pick up until just recently, despite it being something that's been leaked out here and was available knowledge for quite some time since the first given leaks of Infinite Warfare. But today, we're going to be talking about the origins of the naming system within the TF141, otherwise known as the intervention within Infinite Warfare, the primary and source name being the CheyTac. Now, if you guys do enjoy this, make sure you drop a like down below. And if you guys are new to the channel, maybe consider subscribing to stay up to date here with everything Infinite Warfare. Now, this is once again just a little fun fact and fun piece of information that I wanted to share with you guys because I think it's quite cool to see where it came from in the development process and then where it also came from in the nomenclature of the naming system for Infinite Warfare's weaponry. But let's start at the beginning here with it because it was something that the intervention, though it was confirmed to us not too long before the release of Infinite Warfare with the beta, and then slightly thereof before as well, all the way back from the very first initial leaks, there were theories and pieces of information that hinted towards the intervention returning in Infinite Warfare. Now, we didn't know this was going to be something that would be via classic weapons or anything like that. We thought that maybe it would be just a reintroduction of the intervention in its entirety, in its full-fledged form from Modern Warfare 2 or slightly altered thereof. But the names that came out of the leaks were the codename or the console name for the weapon in its entirety in the development process. That was the CheyTac. And all for a while, all signs really pointed to this being just the name of the weapon that we thought we'd get within Infinite Warfare. Even up to the point where it was COD XP when we didn't have any classic weapons, but we knew about them publicly, there was some chatter about the CheyTac and not the intervention or the TF141. So even up to that point, it was used in that naming for the CheyTac and not anything that we've seen currently. So where does this come from and why was it changed in any regard here with this? Well, firstly, it was probably changed in the naming system because it is something that people wanted a more relative name or something that it just was not a copy and paste from something, because where this comes from is actually COD Online. If you guys do not know what that is, it's a Chinese free-to-play version of Call of Duty for PC. It was created back whenever there was still a console ban in China and you couldn't get a PlayStation 4 and Xbox One or anything similar, so you couldn't have access to be able to play Call of Duty in its regards here, and the Chinese government was really strict on these gaming laws, so Call of Duty opened up development with Raven and a few other studios and got it passed by the Chinese government to be a free-to-play online game that was something that you could use just a PC for, but it would ultimately spread the Call of Duty brand to an area of the world where there was not too much of a heavy influence from the franchise. So it was an expansion here into otherwise new territory, but it was something that offered players a lot to catch up in terms of the nostalgia. There are maps from COD 4 all the way up to, I think, Black Ops 2, and then weaponry from all of that as well, in terms of just piecing it all together, making one giant perfect piece of pie that players would be able to have, taking the best from every single Call of Duty previously. So that is something that was here with this, but the intervention was in COD Online, but it was renamed to be something else. It wasn't the intervention that we saw in Modern Warfare 2. Instead, it was called the CheyTac. So there's your connection, there is your correlation with it. The CheyTac was directly taken from COD Online and put into Infinite Warfare, either via build, because that's my thinking, it's an asset that was taken and put from COD Online into Infinite Warfare, because if you look at the images of this weapon, it is almost identical. It's not as round as the intervention, it's got a thicker scope on it, and it definitely has a little bit more of that IW feel when it comes to the weapon design. But overall, that is where the naming comes from. That is where the intervention in Infinite Warfare got its origins here. It is something that, of course, is nostalgia from Modern Warfare 2, and it was made into the intervention that was in COD Online and then probably pulled over. I couldn't tell you, I didn't have a hand in development, but it does make sense in how it works here. But the naming system, I can almost guarantee you, comes from COD Online and the intervention there within. So that said, that is just a little fun fact here I wanted to share with you guys. Once again, I found this out relatively recently, despite it being all out in the open there for many months before the release of Infinite Warfare. So leave your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. Do you guys like this? Do you think it's kind of cool that we see a little crossover, a little parallel from COD Online to Infinite Warfare, or potentially even just a copy and paste thing here that happened to bring this into a classic weapon category in the game? But love to hear your thoughts, whatever it is, down there in the comment section, drop it down there. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like down below. If you guys are new to the channel, maybe consider subscribing to stay up to date with everything Infinite Warfare. But my name is Nikolai Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.